Hey guys, here we are again, talking about my OneUp Dropper Post version 2. So one of my last videos I covered the fact that I had upgraded my bike to have a dropper post, and in doing that I had to change from a 2 by 11 to a 1 by 11. So I'm riding a Go Selector 69 LC. As you can see here, it was a 2 by. This is a OneUp 34 tooth narrow wide chainring. I'm running XT hollow cores. The rear chainring is a 11 on an XT chain. I'm running wax, no oil lubes to avoid any of that nasty dirt buildup. So see, I touch my chain, there's just wax, little bits of flaky wax. Here's my OneUp dropper post inserted. It's 180 millimeter. I had to remove the front derailleur shifter, and I'm running the Shimano brake levers, the XT M8000s. So I was able to use the adapter that comes with it and bolt right in here. I've got the perfect spacing. What's going on here is that the front derailleur cable came through here and exited this point, and I was able to respin this with I had to use the cable that was supplied by the OneUp guys. I wanted to continue using this one, but it was too short, and the biggest issue was getting it to turn this corner down here. That was a pain in the ass. Lots of little long grabby finger things down here, pieces of wood to guide it up, and then the in and outs to get the right length cable. You know, you learn a few things. Now, one of the issues that we had was when I was done, it compressed and extended as expected, except there was this little bit of rocking. I don't know if you can see that, and this little rocking is happening down here. So if you look really closely, you can just see that motion, and it's not just side to side, but it's front to back, and it's not just twist, but I can actually go side to side and front to back. So apparently there are some oversized pins that they're supposed to be sending to me that you use to replace the spacer pins that are in here. This is kind of not really a known issue, but it's one of the things that can happen when different size tube. As you can see, I'm using a quick release here. One of the issues I did have was on the stock clamp. It didn't seem to tighten up enough, and what was happening is I'm 195, 200 pounds with all my gear. It just couldn't hold the carbon post that I had in here, which just slide down. So I replaced it with this one, and I've had no problems since. So I'm waiting for these 4 oversized pins to arrive, and essentially you take the seat off, you undo a clamp up here, you then pop out the cartridge, undo this clamp here, and this tube slides out, and you replace the pins, drop it back in, and you get rid of this little rocky type of behavior. Now, the reason for that is, like they said, when I was talking to those guys out in BC, was, you know, they can only do an average fit. So they've seen it, they expect it, there's a solution for it, and these guys were on the ball. As soon as I mentioned what was happening, I originally thought the problem was up here, but it was just some grease that was up there that was making me think that this section was moving and not the entire post. So they turned it around almost right away. They that same day, a couple of emails, a phone call, and they had the pins out the door to me. I hope they were going to get here for this weekend, but they didn't quite make it, so they're probably going to get here on Monday, and I'll do the swap and take the bike out for a spin. I haven't been able to actually do any real rides yet, because I don't want to put any stress and cause any wear on the inside that could lead to premature failure. So once I get this done, I'll probably do a video of that swap process and add it to this one as a complete video. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys once this is in process of being swapped. Take care. Bye. Okay, so I promised to show you how I'm going to change out the spacer pins on the OneUp Dropper Post version 2. It's to try to resolve this little rocking issue that I have here. They sent me a pack of these oversized pins, and essentially the pack has grease, some little pins that have 2 lines in them that are slightly smaller than the pins that have 3 lines on them, and the instructions are start with the 2-line pins. So the other thing that I did was I removed this cap, which is the cap that sits on top of the valve that lets you set the PSI over here. See that little silver pin, that little silver piece in there? That's a retention cap that has to come out. Since I like instructions, what I did was I printed the diagram that gives you all the exploded parts, and I printed the instructions, which are pretty good in terms of step by step. So I've gone ahead and I removed the seat and the clamp. Okay. Since I haven't been outside, there's no dirt to wipe away, but you know, you never know. One of the things I want you to do also is to drop the post to sort of mid-travel. So there we are. Now, one of the things that's important, I've learned the hard way, is big old soft dirty towel is the best thing in the world. When you're working on something like this, you want to put one of these on the floor, because inevitably you are going to drop one of those pins, and it'll probably be the 3rd one that you got to put in, and it'll be gone forever. Okay, so that stops it from bouncing away and being lost, and you have to wait another week for these guys to ship you another one. Okay, so next instruction is you unthread this mid-cap assembly. Now, one of the things I found was I couldn't hand loosen this, so I used some painter's tape, and I basically wrapped it around here so I wouldn't mark the finish. And then I used my persuader, basically just a pair of channel locks, to turn it. So now I've got it nice and loose. Okay, so it's essentially off, unthreaded. Take it off, so it's there. You go. Now there's this little silver piece that I told you about. It needs to be popped off a hair. Oh, there we go. With a pair of small needle nose pliers. Okay. And essentially, all you're doing is bring it up off of the thread, and I find that using a single pointy device like this helps spin it off a little faster. Then grab it with your needle nose pliers, lift it off, and I put it down to try and keep the orientation where it should be. Now, I had to check first. Your cartridge does not have to be depressurized to do this. You can just leave it the way it is. Now, this upper tube will slide right out. Okay, there you go. So if you look closely, here are the pins. There are 3 of them, okay, that are in here to give you the spacing that's necessary. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, as they said, the instructions were to, let's just put this back on here for a second. Start with the pins that have got 2 lines in them. I'm going to use this orange cloth to catch them so that they don't disappear. Put this off. Pop one of these out. One out. Put a pin back in. Pop another one out. That one in. Pop third one out. Making sure I don't mix them up, and put one of the originals back in. And I put this one in here. Now, those guys had a lot of grease on them. What I'm going to do is just, oops, I don't think that needs to be there. I'm just going to add some additional grease on these guys. It helps hold them in place. And make sure that they don't bind when they go back in. Okay, so now let's not do the dumbass move. We're going to put this back in the right way. This is angled, as you can see. Slip this back on. There we go. Straight in. Tighten this back down. What I'm going to do is get this back. Oops. Get this top cap on. I'm just going to grab a napkin to wipe the grease off. Spin this down. Snug it up. Turn down this mid cap ring. Some grease on my hands so I can tighten it up. Okay, so that's hand tight. And I can still feel a little bit of movement in this. It's way less than was before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the process all over, except I'm going to go to the 3 line pin lined up again, right? That's snug. So now I'm thinking that these might be too much. Loosen this up. Nope. Let's keep this locked in place. Yep, that's, I would say that is too tight. So I would think that my seat post, or the tolerance here, is just too much. So what we're going to do now is we'll just go back to the these double line pins. Snugged up. Not too tight. That's good. Okay, so that's back on. Release. So it could be my imagination. Okay. Whenever you have a problem with something like this, you tend to see all sorts of issues with it. Right now, it's I would say 99% better. So what I'm going to do is remount my seat. It's nice and snug. I'm gonna remount my seat and take this for a spin tomorrow. See how it works out. Anyway, hopefully that helps. You guys have any comments, suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Anything comes up with this, I'll follow up. I'm going to let the guys from OneUp know that they essentially solved my problem. And these guys really came through. So, you know, they're going to be seeing more business from me in the future. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. This worked. It was as easy as I thought it was going to be. So, have a good evening. See you on the trail. Thanks for watching.